So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom. Couple of Russian TD sniper games for you to see today. This first one is a tank I featured rather a lot because I'm pretty good in it and I get some really good results, so it tends to go up rather a lot, so apologies for that. But hey, if you're good in a tank and you win in it and you get some good results, then you want to show it off, and that's what I do. So this is the ISU-122S. This is the Russian Tier 7 Premium TD. It's part of the Berlin Quartet pack, which was the Cromwell B and the IS-2 and whatever the other one was. It's basically an ISU-152 chassis with the 152mm gun removed and 122mm put on instead. It's a tier lower than the ISU-152 and it has extremely good DPM, one of the best DPMs in the game. It means this 122mm gun, if you can keep it firing, will do a hell of a lot of damage, and it will fire very, very rapidly. And it's actually a pretty good aiming tank as well, so it's not bad as a sniping TD. My load time on this one, I've got a good crew, and I've got rammer, and I think I've got vents on it, but it's 6.24, which is pretty monumental for a 120mm shell. So we're on, where are we? Malinovka, and you can see we've got a tough matchup. It's a tier 9 game. I'm platooned up with Shoot and Scoot, who's in the SU-122-44, which is the other outstanding Russian TD, and Dynamics, who's in the M12 American artillery. Can we hit the SU? Yeah, we hit him, but no damage. It's quite difficult firing up at an ISU because ISU on the brain. Quite difficult to fire up at an IS like that because the tank has a rounded turret, and the shot coming from below has every probability of glancing off the top of the turret and bouncing away, which I think is what happened there. You really need to hit the side, and then you've got to watch out for the spaced armor on the side, so it's quite tough. So I've come to the sort of traditional F7 area, which is where most TDs on light tanks or even medium tanks go to snipe. Can I hit that mod 1? I can only see a fraction. No. The only problem with this position is it's a pretty obvious one, and if you're not careful, and if there's a lot of artillery in the enemy team, they'll fire a few speculative rounds just because it's likely there's something there. Now the IS is a bit better out, but he's angled, so then he turned and then still hit him high on the superstructure. Should have gone in that time. Should have gone in. Never mind. So we're whatever. How many minutes into this game? Nearly 3 minutes into the game. I've done zilch, nada, nothing. But it's a pretty even game, and one of the reason why I actually feature this game is that this one shows more than any other that the game can be a long one, and you need to play cannily, especially if you're low tier and you're in something like a TD. Don't rush to get out there and lose your health and lose your advantage. The longer you're in the game, the more chance you have of doing damage and winning the game for your team. Missed the waffle. Don't know how I missed him, but I got spotted firing, so I'm pulling back. Pulled back immediately. I fired because I knew that chances are I would be spotted. I can't go immediately back to that spot because every gun in the game on the enemy side that can see that spot will probably be aimed over there. So yeah. So as I say, we're now cracking nearly 4 minutes into the game, and I've still done nothing at all. I missed that Waffle-Träger Alpha Panzer IV. I've hit the IS-3 twice, but not penned him. So yeah, not great. Not great. So it looks like our team has won the hill though. That back chat is running, which probably means he's out of ammo and having to go for the extraordinarily long reload that there is on the back chat. E50. I just can't get a good enough shot on their turrets. It's just Yeah, it's just frustrating. So our team, if you noticed on the minimap, had pushed up the 1-2 line, but they got beaten back, and now we don't have anything covering our base except the T-28, and the Waffle can probably support. I can support from where I am, and you can see Shoot has seen it. We talked about it. He said, I'll go back. Oh, Waffle. Trying to track him. I think I tracked him. Yes, I did. Tracked him in place, but I did take a big hit from the Jag Panther 88. Come on, someone finish off that Waffle for me. You could hear the shell come whistling in there. Whistling? Yep, and the Waffle tractor at Alpha Panzer IV is down, so that's good. Yeah, so you can see, as I say, Shoot has moved to the back of the base, down at K7. He's not being ultra defensive, which is sometimes his want, but actually a very good move, because you can see there were a couple of enemy tanks heading down. In fact, there they are. They both popped up in our base. T-28 took out one. Oh, and there's the E50. Now we've got him. Yes, nice hit onto the side of his turret. Pulled back immediately because I've got to assume I've been spotted. But there's a WZ-120. Is he on this side of the bushes? Might be. No, he's not. He's just in the gap between the two buildings there. I'm not in a great position here. I'm quite open. I don't really like it, but I want to make sure I'm supporting Shoot and also that T-28, because we know that there's a WZ-120, which is an evil tank, and a Centurion 1, and there may well be more tanks over there in our base. Went back up to see whether I could get a shot on the Scorpion G, but he died before I could, which was inconsiderate. T-20, you could see the aim time on that gun, really nice, and we bounced off the WZ-120, so he's firing at us, which means he probably is sticking out a bit now. And I take a big hit from him. That WZ-120 has a it's a Chinese Tier 9 medium tank. It's like it's a copy of the T-54, but has a much bigger gun. But 0 gun depression, -3 or something stupid. But it's a great tank, I love it. And there is a Centurion. So we know there's a Centurion, we know, oh, we can hit the Centurion. Aiming for the lower on the hull. Nice, 394 hit. You can see the aim time on this gun is not bad at all. And it reloads very, very rapidly. So the output you can do, find another blind shot, find a lot of blind shots in this game. Don't think I connected with a single one. I was thinking about going for the T-20, but it looks like the T-54's got him covered, and I want to try and make sure that I'm protecting the base area. I know that those two very powerful medium tanks are in the base, so I'm coming up here again. From here I can spin around and fire in both directions, so it's not a bad spot. And also I'm reckoning that if the T-54 spots anything, it's going to be over towards the enemy base, so at least this position I can support him as well. So here we go. So there's the T-20, but he's dropped back down again. But I did get spotting assist there. You can see with the new look of the 9.16, it popped up on my screen, spotting assistance, so I know that I did assistance damage there, which is useful, all helps. Still done no kills, 1500 damage though, which is not bad at all. The game is very, very tight. It's 6-4 in our favour, but yeah, I was going to say 6. Oh, and then that must have been a blind shot by the WZ, and my tracks at it, which was very, very lucky. Because that gun can do 400 odd damage, so he could have one-shotted me there. Oh, there's an SDA-1. Missed him though. But I shouldn't have worried, because Shoot managed to track him, and then the T-28 also hit him. But Shoot took a hit, but he takes down the STA-1. There's our friend in the WZ. Is he pulling back? Oh, he pulled out just far enough. That will almost certainly have hit him. Almost certainly hit him. For another one, don't know whether that didn't see an explosion, so that may have hit him again. For a third one, didn't see anything on that one either. So we're running out of ammo. If you notice, I'm down to 6 rounds of standard ammo. Haven't touched my premium yet. We've got 9 rounds of that and 3 HE. I fired a lot of blind shots, and the ammo on this is not massive, but then it should be enough. But this has been a long game. We're already 10 minutes into this game, and it's still very, very tight. Although we've got a numbers advantage and an HP advantage, they've still got a couple of very powerful tanks in their team, and their Jagdpanther 88 has not been spotted. He's already got a kill. He hit me as well earlier on, so we know he's likely to be back at the base. And we've got this sort of impasse situation. We can't push up the left side because that WZ and the Centurion are effectively on the edge of our base, and they would see it. The guys don't want to push off the hill because we've got nobody scouting and nobody able to spot what they might run into, and you can guarantee in those woods above their cap is bound to be the back chat, the T20. Well, T20 is less of a threat, but the Tiger's probably out. Jag Tiger's probably out there. So I moved forward again. Oh, and there's our friend in the Jag Tiger. He's there, is he? Okay. Now, he probably didn't want me to spot him. I'm holding my fire until he's side on, and then we put a nice 400 hit in there. I was trying to track him, but ow! Took one from the back chat, and then another shot from the back chat that damaged my gun. But it was worth it because that really good player got taken out. I'm on 109 health, so I'm a one-shot to pretty much everything. Well, in fact, I am a one-shot to everything. There's random shots firing in, so I'm assuming that's the WZ-120 again. He seems to have a particular like of firing at me. I've fixed my gun because I need the accuracy. Down to 5 rounds of AP. It's only 3 minutes left. It's 8 plays 6. This game is heading for a draw unless something spectacular happens. Still got no kills, but I've got nearly 2,000 damage. And as our ISU says, they're camping at the base. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Now it looks like the E1's decided to break the impasse here, and he's moving up to support shoot and the T28. Bear in mind, we're bottom tier here, so can't really be too aggressive. We haven't got the hit pool to do very much. The waffle has gone up onto the perch where I was, and I get another shot into the WZ. He can't really do anything about me because that E1 came in and wrecked him. So yeah, that waffle Alpha Panzer Fear is don't know that I'd be up there now because it's fairly obvious that's where we are. Now, is the Centurion 1 still in the base? I'm not sure he is. Oh, and there is some friends. Aiming in, aim time is not ideal, but he gets taken out before I can fire. Bit of a glitch on the recording, apologies. Oh, and there's the T-34-100. Nice, 417 hit into his side. But we're down to 2 minutes left. There are still 5 enemy tanks. It's 10 to 6. Okay, 10 to 4, 11 to 4, sorry. 11 to 4, what am I talking? 11 to 6. So 4 enemy tanks left, less than 2 minutes. And nobody still is sure about making a move. Okay, so the T-34-100 is down. I'm going to push forward because we got nothing to lose now. It's going to be a draw. We shouldn't lose the game. Try not to drown myself. That'd be a good idea, Dom. Thank you. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Well, just got out in time. There is the E50. That's where he was hiding all this time. Wow, he was down in that dip. Okay, there's the bat chat. Shoot's got him. Bang to rights, hopefully. Yep, indeed he does. And can I get a shot on the E50? Take him down. I've spotted him, but I didn't do any damage at all. Can't do anything to him frontally. But Dynamics takes him out. Good old Dynamics. And meanwhile, and and Shoot got the artillery. So with 49 seconds, we win the game. Wow, what a tight game that was. So yeah, 49 seconds left on the game, and we managed to pull a win out of the bag. And I think, we were all tier 6s, tier 7, sorry, in a tier 9 matchup, and I think it's fair to say we managed to hold our own, so to speak, in a really tough matchup. So a really good game, really good fun to play. Very tense right up until the last minute. And you know, those sort of tense games, I don't know about you, those are the ones that get me excited in the game. The ones where you just steamroller the enemy team, and it's kind of fun, but it's not as much fun as a really tight, tense encounter where it goes right down to the wire. You against one or two tanks, or clock's running out or something like that. And yeah, clock was running out there for sure. But I finished up with an ace tanker, got spotter, got bruiser, fire for effect, and confederate. I didn't get a single kill. Did a huge amount of damage, but not a single kill, so got the confederate badge. Finished up, what did I finish? Second on the team on base XP. 3,186 damage, no kills, 1,208 base XP. Shoot had a good game as well. Covering the base was a really good move on his part. He's always very tactically aware, so covered the base beautifully. 1,790 damage, 3 kills he got for 1,053 base XP. You know, we're both in bottom tier tanks here, and Dynamics had a very good game as well. Did 1,000 damage, got that vital kill on the E50 at the end that probably helped us to win that game, and 667 base XP for him. So good game by the prototype as well. Leopard prototype came top, very nicely played. I fired 18 shots because there were a lot of speculative shots into bushes and whatnot, but hit with 11 of them, so actually not too many of them missed entirely, and did 8 penetrations for that 3,000 damage. I took 6 hits, 3 of which penned, 3 of which didn't. You don't often bounce much in the ISU-122. It's not really got great armor. I know at least one shot was eaten by my tracks, so yeah, pretty fortunate to get only 3 penetrations. But we did 2,191 assistance damage. Again, good view range on this thing, particularly if you put binos on and get into the sort of TD positions. I like to play it fairly aggressively if I can, and if it comes off, you get some beautiful assistance damage, and that really bolsters. That's the difference between just an okay game to an outstanding game, which is what got me the ace tanker, I'm pretty sure, was that spotting damage. 93,000 credits made. Wow. It is a premium. It gets a premium ratio in terms of credit generation. Boy, does that show. Not so much costs, fired a bit of premium. Did I fire premium? No, I don't think I fired any premium, so no, not too bad costs. Still made 70,000 credits at the end of the game. That's a fantastic profit. Even if I hadn't been running premium, I still would have made almost 40,000 without a premium account. And XP wise, being in a platoon and being in a premium tank gave me 2,265 XP, which is rather good. If I hadn't been in a premium, still would have been 1,500. So it's a good crew trainer as well. Thoroughly recommend the ISU-122S. Really good premium. So from one premium, let's go to another one which you don't see very often at all, because it's no longer for sale in the shop and only comes up every once in a while. Let's go and have a look at the SU-185i. Okay, so here we are on Fisherman's Bay in the SU-85i. Now this is a tank you won't see that often because it's no longer available. Wargaming, as is their wont, rarely sell this tank as a limited exclusive product. I can't remember when I bought it, one Christmas I think, when they were selling it off. It's a tier 5 Russian TD. It's basically a design that never saw production formally, but it was based on, I think it was the Panzer III chassis. So captured Panzer IIIs the Russian army found in the war, or captured in the war, and then they put an 85mm gun on it to turn it into a TD. And the result is this thing, the 85i. As I say, it was never formally introduced into production, but the beauty of this thing is it's actually got really good camo. It's got one of the better DPMs of it's got a very good DPM, one of the better hit points of any tier 5 tank, and it's got a little bit of bouncy armor on the front. However, it does have a massive great commander's hatch. Accuracy of the gun, as you can see, is pretty good. It's aim time's not outstanding, but it's okay. And I've got a pretty good crew in this thing, so it works pretty well. So we're on Fisherman's Bay. This is a tier 6 game. Oh, it also gets preferential matchmaking, which is one of the reasons why it was taken out of the game. Like most of the premiums with matchmaking, preferential matchmaking, they've all been taken out, or most of them have. There's still the IS-6 and Super Pershing, but who knows how long they'll stay. So I started off by playing this very defensive. It does actually have reasonable mobility. You can see that great big, looks like a spare tire on its roof, and that's the commander's hatch. I'm trying to hit that Lux. I just can't quite get the shots away. You can see though the accuracy is good. Aiming in on that thing. Aim time's a little slow, or just didn't anticipate him pulling back enough. But I got him as he pulled back. I anticipated where he is. Oh, there's a bathtub sitting in the open. Why are you sitting there, Mr. Bathtub? That's not a very sensible place to be. Reload on this is pretty good. Bang. Good night, Vienna. So suddenly we got 2 kills. And there's a Lux going crazy down the middle. What is happening with this enemy team? Got a lock on. First shot, 167 damage. It's a really nice alpha gun on this. 2 shots and we take down the Lux. So suddenly we're on 3 kills, which is rather nice. Oh, there's an Ashorn. So I'm moving forward. Need to get some support for that. Too late. He's dead. There was a Cromwell B and he went a bit too far in advance, and he was outside my render range, so I couldn't actually support him from where I was. Fire a couple more speculative shots, you never know. It does have a nice ammo count on this, so you can afford to waste a few shells firing randomly into bushes, which is what I've been doing. So you can see I've got it set up with camo and a camo net and binoculars. That SU-100 is going in a bit aggressively. Let's see what he spots. We'll hold our fire for a minute. Well, team's winning 9 to 7. It's not a massive win. The enemy started off with more heavies than us, and they look to be winning. Yeah, they're winning that the city. Oh, there's an Ashorn. Hello, Mr. Ashorn. Can we get him as he pulls back? Don't think we will. No, shot went a bit high, but he's pretty much done and baked. So it's now 10-8. Oh, there goes an Ashorn. The Artie got him. Good job, Artie. I haven't taken a shot yet, and you can see now the mobility of this thing. I'm doing 40 odd moving forward. It's good on the flat. It hasn't got great ground resistances. Ow. There's these. Now I need to get rid of him. He's their best player. That M4A3E2, the jumbo. That's his best. That's the best player. So I'm loading a bit of premium because his frontal armor. He's a tier 6 tank, and his frontal armor is quite tough. So I'm putting an APCR round into the chamber, and I'm going after that really tough American medium tank. I don't think there's anything left on this flank. The only thing we haven't seen is their artillery, but he probably will be in base. And there is our friend. He's got his back to us. Thank you very much. Good night. Super. Should really have reloaded. Oh, then I've got the heavies. I'm going over the heavies. Need to go and help the boys on the other flank because it's now 11 all. We've got 4 kills, which is great. Helps me complete this T-44 mission, marathon. And there's the Artie. I've got premium loaded, which is a bit of a waste for artillery, but I'm not going to reload at this point. Aim in, aim in. Aim time's a little slow, and we'll leave him on 48. Good hit though, 140, and we finish him off. Bit of a shame using APCR, but hey ho. Can we hit that Japanese Tiger? Okay, let's get in a position where we can. There he is. Side shot, 1. Pull him back, 2. 2 good hits into him. And that one, I don't know where that... Oh, and there's the KV-2. KV-2, gonna wait for him to clear that building. There he is. And I didn't pay attention. I thought that was the KV-2 that fired, and it wasn't. It was the heavy tank number 6 who hit me. I thought it was the KV-2, and I thought I had time to re-aim and reacquire the target on the KV-2, but I didn't. So got taken down, which is a real shame, because I should have had a top gun there. But anyway, we've won. We've won the game, which is the main thing. Well, actually no, we haven't won the game. We've still got... My goodness me, it's going to be close. Oh, what's happening with the recording? Okay, sorry about that. Something went wrong there. I thought we'd won the game, but we have not. So we've got an artillery and a Hellcat against a very battered heavy tank number 6 and a Churchill, who is on full health. Their heavy tank has gone into the cap. Nice hit by the arty. The M44 is a good piece of arty. When it's on its day, it can really muck you up. And I was saying to the guy here, get into the cap, because I think if he'd got in the cap it could have created some pressure, but in hindsight he did the right thing, because that Churchill probably would have seen him and taken him down. So at least this way he can help the Hellcat, and if the Hellcat's clever and keeps that heavy tank number 6 observed, the arty can keep splashing. Spotted him again. See what this American TD can... Oh, look at that, another hit. So the Hellcat hit him and also the arty hit him. So, and there he goes, he's down. Good job. So it's the Hellcat and the M44 against a Churchill 3. Churchill 3 has got himself into a really poor place, and the Hellcat is just owning him. T-44's taking the best route, I think, at this stage, because he'd have a hell of a job hitting that Churchill where he is. So he's heading for the cap. At least he can get the cap moving. Churchill is basically having to deal with that Hellcat, and even if he manages to kill that Hellcat, he'll never get back in time before the M44 caps out. So good move there, very good move. Hellcat's playing peekaboo. He's only on 77 health, which means he can get easily killed by that Churchill. And I'm saying to him, wait, because I want to allow the artillery to get in the cap and get set up, because at least then he can provide some support fire for the Hellcat. So it looks like he's playing it cool. Looks like he's playing... Oh, but then the arty gets him anyway. So GG. Really good game. Good clean up by the boys. So that was a pretty good game in the end. It's a shame. I'm annoyed with myself. I should have got a bit more... should have got another kill at least. I made a big mistake on the on that KV-2. I thought it had already fired, and it wasn't. It was the heavy tank number 6, the Japanese Tiger, that had fired, and so I thought I had time to aim and fire at the KV-2, and I didn't. But anyway, these things happen. At least the team managed to win. If I had have got that, I would have finally got the extra kill I needed for this T-44 100 mission. Brought me to 149 out of 150. So, but it was an ace tanker. It was a fighter at 5 for effect. Finished up second on the team on base XP, 1,517 damage and 5 kills, 899 damage, 899 base XP. What am I talking about? 29 shots fired. Fired a lot of random shots. I don't think I hit any. Did I hit any of them? Might have done, actually. Might have done. Anyway, fired a lot of random shots. 29 shots. Hit with 14 of them and penned with 12 for that 1,500 damage, of which pretty much all bar 2 shots maybe was at long range. We took 2 shots, both penned us. Unfortunately, the second one was the one that killed us. Never mind. 37,000 credits, which is not bad for a low tier premium like this. Did fire a load of gold though, so still made just shy of 13,000 profit, which isn't bad. On a premium account would have been just a minor 500 profit on a non-premium account. Also just over 3,000 experience. Got a nice healthy bonus for driving a premium, and it was our ×2. If it hadn't been, again, it hadn't been a premium count, would have been 2,158. So there you go. That is the not often seen SU-85i. I don't drive it that often, but I like it. It's a good tank, good fun to play. Looks a bit odd with that big boil on the top of it, but yeah, nice game. Nice tank, nice game. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please consider giving us a like and click on the subscribe button. It's free, it's easy, and it means that you get to see all the games that I post and all the videos I post, and you get notified that they're up there so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching. As I say, enjoy your games, have fun. Just remember, it's just a game. It's not real. And I'll see you again soon. Gamer Dom, out.